Finally, the Chargers made some good move to support Justin Herbert by bringing in a familiar face. While this doesn't completely solve their issues at wide receiver, it's a step in the right direction, and fans can consider this an important addition to the offense. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. Mike Williams returning to Los Angeles addresses a key need but doesn't erase all concerns. His presence offers a boost, especially after Chargers fans spent the start of free agency clamoring for offensive reinforcements. The addition of Williams gives Herbert a dependable option, particularly as an outside receiver who excels in contested situations. This move brings some relief, though there's still work to be done to make the offense feel complete. The return of Mike Williams might feel like a fallback plan at this stage of free agency, but it's important to evaluate the move on its own merits. Williams brings two specific traits the Chargers lacked last season: the ability to win outside the numbers and to convert big plays downfield. Too often last year, attempts at chunk plays came up short. Williams' ability to win in contested situations is his signature strength. Despite a down year, he still managed to catch 70% of his contested targets. Out of his 21 catches, 7 were contested. A remarkable stat that speaks volumes about his ability in tight situations. This signing also helps the Chargers maximize the strengths of their other receivers. For instance, Quinton Johnston can now focus on the type of plays he excels at: crossing routes, drag routes, and yards after catch opportunities, rather than being forced into roles that don't suit his skill set. Williams' presence takes some pressure off the rest of the receiving corps, including McConkey. Opponents will need to account for Williams on the outside, which should create more favorable matchups for McConkey and others. It's also worth noting Williams' track record before his injury. Prior to tearing his ACL, he was on a hot streak, with 19 catches, 249 yards, and a touchdown in just 3 games. Now, 2 years removed from that injury, there's hope that he can regain his explosiveness and durability. Working with strength coach Jim Harbaugh should help Williams stay on the field and perform at a high level. While concerns about his physical playing style remain, diving for spectacular catches takes a toll. Williams' ability to make plays even when tightly covered is something the Chargers desperately needed. He played 18 games last season, splitting time between the Steelers and Jets due to a mid-season trade. Despite the challenges, he showed he's still a reliable option. Adding Williams might not fix everything, but it's a move that brings much-needed balance and depth to the Chargers' offense. Mike Williams showed flashes of his old self during his time with the Steelers, making classic highlight reel plays despite a modest 21-catch season. The last time he suited up for the Chargers in 2023, he recorded 19 catches for 249 yards in just 3 games before suffering a season-ending injury. At that pace, he was projected to hit an impressive 1,400 yards and 107 receptions for the year. While his time with the Jets and Steelers didn't pan out as hoped, the silver lining is that he's now had a full season to recover from his ACL tear, rebuild his confidence, and return to form. At 30-plus years old, it's uncertain if he'll fully regain his pre-injury explosiveness, but the extended recovery time is a positive sign. The trio of Mike Williams, McConkey, and Quinton Johnston offers a blend of complementary skill sets, even if it might not be as naturally talented as when Josh Palmer was in the mix. Williams provides the ability to win outside matchups, a dynamic the Chargers lacked last year. His presence helps balance the offense, giving Herbert another reliable option and allowing others to thrive in roles better suited to their strengths. The Chargers also re-signed Jalen Reagor, a somewhat unexpected move given his limited impact last season. While he showed flashes such as a highlight-worthy sideline catch against the Saints, his inconsistency is concerning. His most memorable moment, a critical drop that led to a fumble against the Cardinals, lingers in the minds of fans. Reagor's stats last season, 7 catches for 100 yards across 8 games, don't scream must-have, but his signing on a likely inexpensive deal suggests the Chargers see some untapped potential. However, it's clear he'll need to fight for a roster spot. This isn't a player guaranteed to make the team, despite the multi-year extension. Overall, wide receiver room still feels lacking, especially if the goal is to elevate the offense significantly. There's still a glaring need for a premium draft pick at wide receiver to truly bolster this unit. This puts pressure on the Chargers' draft strategy. Beyond wide receiver, the team needs a tight end, defensive line help, multiple interior offensive linemen, and potentially a long-term replacement for Khalil Mack. With only few early-round picks available, prioritizing these needs will be a challenge. While Williams' signing addresses a key issue, the roster still has significant holes. The Chargers have taken a calculated approach to free agency this offseason, focusing on adding depth and taking chances on players with potential rather than making splashy, big-money moves. The cornerback room, for instance, now feels relatively set heading into the draft, even if the strategy involved bringing in players like Benjamin St. Juste and Dante Jackson. Guys who didn't have standout performances last season, but fit the mold of what the coaching staff, particularly defensive coordinator Jesse Minter, is looking for. The philosophy seems to center around acquiring players with specific skill sets that can be utilized effectively within the scheme, rather than spending significant resources on proven top-tier talent. While this approach has its merits, it's fair to critique the decision to invest in multiple lower-tier players rather than consolidating those funds to secure a premium cornerback. A top-tier addition could have complemented the young players like Cam Hart and Tarheeb, still solidifying the position long-term. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think this signing will help Chargers elevate their wide receiver position? Share your thoughts in the comment section.